Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button. Also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next.
Right now, we want to make our 5-point demand to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission that is saddled with the responsibility of getting all corporates involved. 1, we demand that the EFCC launch a full-scale manhunt against all persons declared wanted in connection to the MBA forest fraud, published in the Vanguard newspaper of 15 July, and recover all assets belonging to them. 2, we demand that all bank managers, directors, and members of staff who aided and abetted all red flag transactions of MBA Forex be made to face the law. 3, hence it has taken almost 2 years for Maxwell Odun to be apprehended. We demand that the EFCC show sincerity in this fight against corruption by declaring a reward to any person, group of persons, or institutions across the world that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of the fraudster. 4, we demand that the EFCC open all real estate properties so far seized for the temporary usage of all victims of MBA forest fraud, pending when they are put outright for sale. 5, because MBA forest investors can no longer endure this frustration, we are giving the EFCC a 21 working day period from tomorrow to immediately swing into action and make sure every person that are declared wanted on that Vanguard newspaper of 15 July are arrested and prosecuted. This is our demand.
Yes. We no go gree. We no go gree. Give us our money. We no go gree. We no go gree. Pastor, bring us our money. We no go gree. We no go gree. Give us our money. We no go gree. We no go gree. Pastor, bring us our money. We no go gree. We no go gree.
Don't cover your face. Don't cover your face. Cover the side.
Gentlemen of the press, once again I introduce myself. My name is Mr. Christian Agadaga. I'm the spokesperson and chairman of victims of MBA Forex fraud. For almost 2 years now, we have been with the EFCC, appealing with them to carry on this fight against corruption, especially as it concerns MBA Forex fraud. We have seen the level to which they have worked. We appreciate their work. But what is more disturbing is the fact that just July 15th, last month, 3 pastors of Christ Embassy were declared wanted in connection to the MBA Forex fraud. They have alleged to have diverted over 15 billion naira from Maxwell Odun. Maxwell up to date is nowhere to be found. We wonder who is accommodating Maxwell. What we need is our money. We came here for one purpose. We came here to appeal to the conscience of Christ Embassy Church, to talk to Maxwell wherever he is, to submit himself to the EFCC. We also use the opportunity to appeal to the church to immediately, if possible, declare a bounty, a reward on the 3 persons, the 3 pastors declared wanted in their church. Nigerians cannot continue to die in silence. Nigerians cannot continue to suffer in poverty because of fraud meted by men of God. We cannot take this. We need our money now. We cannot continue to die in silence. We need our money now. That is our message here. We are giving the EFCC from tomorrow 21 working days to immediately find out the hiding place of Maxwell Odun and every other person connected to it. That is our request. We need our money now. We need our money now. So many people a full-scale manhunt on every person declared wanted on July 15th under this plan. We need them to be brought to justice.
Yes, we are not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere.
I want to drive to Nigeria. I've been working for a long time in United Kingdom, and I've been in a good position now to have the time to embark on the journey. It took me a lot of pressure to convince family members that I want to do it. A lot of people are a bit scared for my security. So I embarked on this journey on the 28th of April, 2022. And on the 21st of April, I broke down at southern France, somewhere around Château-d'Œuvre, not far from Vendôme. All the way from Vendôme, I drove straight down to southern France and crossed the border into Spain. When I got to Spain, I met another family, fantastic family, by name Teresa. She's expecting a baby. I can't wait to see this baby, man. So on my way out, Teresa's husband made a little clip and promised that he would send it to me on email. But Teresa pulled me back. She's Catholic. She prayed for me, and she said that's the only thing she could give me. You know, that's another good experience. I carried on across Spain. I got to the coastal town of Spain called Tarifa, if I'm getting it right. Tarifa is where I got a ferry again, just like I got from Dover to Calais. I got another ferry from Tarifa to Tangier. Tangier is the coastal town of Morocco. As soon as I got to Morocco, believe me, one, I was so happy that I'm touching the soil in Africa. So I was planning to drive across Morocco as fast as I can. I found out that Morocco is not that wide. It's a long country along the west coast of Africa. I met a lot of immigrants that have trekked all the way across the Sahara. I ended up spending about 3 or 4 days at Tangier, at the Medina, the old market. So that took more time, and this is one of the reasons why it's taking me about 2 months and 2 weeks. Each time when I meet nice people, I tend to roll with them, and then they show me nice places and food and things like that. And before I know what is going on, I'm getting carried away. I have to tear myself apart from them to move on. Sometimes they want me to stay longer, but I have to tell them, man, I need to move on, man. I need to meet wonderful people like you, so I gotta go, you know. So I moved on, and very early in the morning, I continued my journey. And that took me to the barrier of, or border point of Morocco. I got to Morocco, and then the third road ended. I could see the beginning of Mauritania. In the Mauritanian desert, one night I was sleeping in my van because I have facility to sleep in my van. That reduced cost of hotel. Something was shaking my van very early in the morning, and then when I looked out the window, I saw about 3 or 4 camels scratching their back on my van. And before I can get my clothing on and get my camera, I can only get one of the camels with the van. That's another experience. I mean, I cannot experience that sitting down at home. So these are little things that I cannot use money to buy. So anyway, and when I go to the Mauritanian border, I go through the immigration process. What they were requiring in Morocco was quite different from what they were requiring in Mauritania. So I went through that as well. I moved on. I got to Mali. Mali is one of the red zone area that people don't want to go for tourism. But having said that, I met people that are nice at the petrol station, because there are some petrol stations along the route anyway. Where you get petrol stations, you get restaurants. If you get restaurants, you get people hanging around. So the issue of safety did not occur to me as at that time. I moved on to Burkina Faso. I met a gentleman called Idris. Idris, if you are listening to this, you don't speak English, you only speak French. Kudos to you. You did a good job. You protected me through the immigration issues. When I was going, Idris decided to escort me to the barrier of, when I say barrier, I mean the border town of Burkina Faso and Ghana, because I'm approaching Ghana from the north now. So, and some of his nephews, they got on their bike to lead us out of town. That was fun. In fact, I felt like a statesman when they were doing that. Unfortunately, my van is so old and very slow. It couldn't keep up with their speed on their bike. But having said that, it's nice to have that kind of atmosphere, especially when you're around people that are very nice to you. I got to Ghana. It took me about 2 or 3 days to drive from the top of Ghana to Accra, where my cousin stays. Luckily, I have families around. I stayed with her. She cooked for me. In fact, immediately I got to her place, she asked me to go to the bathroom, you know, because I haven't driven for so many miles and I haven't not have the opportunity to clean myself properly. So it was a refreshing, welcoming environment for me to use a bathroom, clean up, wash my clothes. I spent a few days there. I got to Aflao maybe about 4 in the afternoon, went through the customs and then crossed into Togo. From Togo, the boundary between Togo and Benin is about an hour. Before I got there, it was about 7 or 8 at night. Then when I got to the barrier between Benin and Nigeria, which was Sèmè, there's a bit of challenge with the security and the customs people. Because of the choice of van that I have used, which have a lot of commercial value in Nigeria, they thought I want to come and sell my van, whereas my van is part of my journey. My van is my accommodation. And I had to bring my British passport out to prove that I am a traveler. I'm not a trader. I did not bring the van in for sale. So all of these little things, and I had to get a visa for the van so that I can use it freely in Nigeria with the registered plate number, which is British. And so far so good. I've been having a nice time. Most police that stop me, they stop me because they are so inquisitive that, are you sure? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? I mean, not because they want to bully me, no. At least they want to listen to my story. Some of them become my friend and followers as well, you know, and they keep asking, how far have I gone? Is everything still okay, you know? So we're in Ibadan now. I've been lucky to meet family members who have been very accommodating. They've shown me nice amala spots, and I make sure that I don't touch a spot twice. Every day comes with different amala spots, and there are loads of them to go around. One of the myths we have about long travel is, how do you fuel your vehicle? Would you get petrol stations, or would you know where petrol stations are? But luckily, technology is so easy now. Google Maps will show you where shops are, where petrol stations are, so you could calculate your distances. And before I left home, I have about 30 liters of extra diesel, which I never used until when I got to Lagos, because along the line, I keep getting petrol stations. As Google sorted out my fuel issue for location and distances and things like that, I can always notify my bank that, for example, I'm going on a road trip. I'm going to be in Senegal from so time to so time. So they will allow my card to be used in that country, in London. If I don't want to get into trouble, no cinema, no restaurant, per day, my hibernation cost, sitting down at home, watching Discovery, not causing any trouble, that cost is more than my adventurous cost while I was traveling, believe me, because of currency exchange. So for example, if I have to pay for Netflix for 1 month for £30, I will not spend £30 a month on the entertainment I get from the adventure. The most difficult challenge I had is understanding local countries' rules about bringing cars in or traveling across. Most countries are used to people flying in. Don't forget, somebody's not done this as a tourist. So I'm exposed to a lot of loopholes in the laws. They don't know how to categorize me. For example, when I was in Mali, they're used to categorizing vehicles like cargo. It's either a cargo vehicle or an ambulance, or they couldn't categorize me, so they don't know what to charge me or what not to charge me. And things like this frustrates my financial capability, because they will just give you a price, you know. They haven't got a category for you, and you want to pass through, you'll be forced to pay the penalty. Or I would say the duty, not penalty. I'm just a guy that grew up in Nigeria like any other guy. I'm an economic immigrant to Britain. But before then, I grew up in a city called Ibadan. Ibadan is one of the largest cities in West Africa. I schooled here in Ibadan, secondary school education. I went to a technical college in Osogbo. After that, I went for military training at Kaduna. I qualified as an aircraft engineer. I can repair aircraft. I studied aviation electronics. So as at the time I was doing all of this, I did not know it's going to amount to this. And then I migrated to Britain because I have the opportunity to do so then. I'm always wanting to travel. I love traveling. I love meeting nice people. Somebody was asking if I can start commercial, taking people from London to Nigeria, Nigeria to London. That would be interesting bits to look at, you know. Bearing in mind we use Danfo for Dubai and things like that. My passengers asking me if they have to come in without their change. Wale Kumamu change or things like that. Ghana, wow. Akwa Ibom, wow. Or, you know, Burkina Faso, wow. Wale Kumamu change you know, it's going to be another avenue to explore. I'm still enjoying the Amala sports. By the time I exhaust all of these places, my next point of action, if I have my way, I want to continue all the way to South Africa. That is if I have my way. That sounds a bit selfish because my family, they are very, very uncomfortable with all of this. They need me at home. So it's a sweet and sour thing. But if you ask me, I want to carry on, man. I want to carry on.